Since President Trump returned to the White House in January, Ukraine peace talks have seen dramatic twists and turns. 6 phone calls between Trump and Putin and a meeting with President Zelensky. Yet after Trump and Putin's long-awaited face-to-face summit on August 15th in Alaska, there is still no ceasefire deal in sight. Now, President Zelensky is headed to Washington on Monday. But what, if anything, will emerge from the meeting? That remains uncertain. On Friday, President Trump rolled out the red carpet for Vladimir Putin at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson near Anchorage in Alaska. Complete with F-22 fighter jets, a B-2 bomber flyover, flying and smiling handshakes, and even a ride together in the Beast. Despite the dramatic fanfare and affable moments, the meeting ended without a clear deal on ceasefire, no agreements, just vague language about progress, understanding and making headway in the talks. Although Trump did speak about making no deal and also put the onus on Ukraine to reach a ceasefire agreement with Russia.
I want to see if we can get it done. You know, it's not a done deal at all. And we agreed on a lot of points. I mean, a lot of points we're agreed on. There's not that much. There's, one or two pretty significant items, but I think they can be reached. Now it's really up to President Zelensky to get it done.
Now, on the other hand, Putin has offered cautionary language, saying true peace demands addressing the underlying root causes of the conflict, a long-standing line used to justify Russia's actions against, while urging Europe and Ukraine not to throw wrenches into any emerging progress. Now, he implied that he is open to security guarantees for Ukraine, but reiterated Russia's conditions remain non-negotiable without changes to blocking Ukraine's path to NATO and demilitarizing Kiev.
I would like to note at once that the visit was timely and very useful. We discussed basically all areas of our cooperation, but first of all, of course, we talked about a possible resolution of the Ukrainian crisis on a fair basis. And of course, we had the opportunity to talk about the genesis, the causes of this crisis, and it is the elimination of these root causes that should form the basis of a settlement.
Symbolism and fanfare held sway in Alaska, but the big question is the ceasefire, which remains unanswered. President Trump said the next move is up to President Zelensky, who will fly to Washington on Monday for talks at the Oval Office. Now, Trump contends a peace agreement, not just a ceasefire that could end the war, and European leaders are calling for a trilateral summit with Ukraine at the table. Now, all eyes are on Trump-Zelensky meeting on Monday. The two leaders are expected to discuss security guarantees for Ukraine, the possibility of territorial compromises, and a roadmap for formal three-way peace talks. President Zelensky has drawn a bold red line. In a statement, he has said that Ukraine will not ease its pressure on Moscow as long as Russian aggression and occupation continue. Following closely watched summit in Alaska, Zelensky has warned Ukraine's position has not shifted an inch. He said that Ukrainians are not fighting merely for a truce or for a pause that Russia could later exploit with yet another invasion, and that what Kiev is demanding is a peace that is real, durable and permanent. He also firmly rejected any territorial swappings, insisting that no part of Ukraine's land can be negotiated away.